Hey everybody, good afternoon. It is exactly 12:45 for a change, so we're actually jumping in for the Ask Me Anything. My name is Dustin Strong, this is Strong on Health, and this is where we answer all of your questions when it comes to health and nutrition and anything in the holistic realm. So today we're going to talk about blood thinners and blood thickeners. We had some questions about that in the last one. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Healthy This Way initiative and some of the restaurants that are going to be the places you can go to get easy choices. So first of all, we had a question about somebody getting nosebleeds. And the thing that we talk about first of all from a nutritional standpoint would be vitamin K. One of the easiest ways to think about that for people who are older, or at least men, is when they're shaving, if they're still like having to put things on their neck to stop where they've cut themselves and bleeding, their blood is maybe a little too thin and they might be a little low on their vitamin K. So vitamin K is where you're gonna get that from your green leafy vegetables. You're gonna get a lot of that. Now, the question came up because we have a gentleman who's on a blood thinner asking about, well, how do I get my iron if I can't eat those green leafy vegetables because I have to keep my vitamin K low? So he was told by his doctor he needs to keep vitamin K at a minimum because they're trying to keep his blood thin. So it's a really good question, and in fact, there's a lot of great foods that you can get iron from. So iron sources would be things like seafood, or actually shellfish especially. Red meat is going to be a good option for you. Legumes, so lentils. Lentils are going to give you a great source of that. Black beans, and of course, nuts and seeds. So I'll talk about pumpkin seeds today instead of walnuts for a change. Pumpkin seeds give you an excellent source of not only magnesium, and that was another question that this individual is having, but they're also going to give you a great source of iron. So 1 ounce of that should give you about 25% of your need for iron in a day. That's actually really good. And almost 50% of your magnesium. 1 cup of black beans is gonna give you almost 100% of your magnesium and a great deal of iron. I think somewhere around 30 or 40% of your iron need for the day too. So I'm talking about these because when we come to the Healthy This Way initiative, we're actually looking at different things than people are used to in thinking in terms of healthy when it comes to food. And we're going to be looking at 4 different categories for all these restaurants. And number 1 is it a whole food? And the reason that we're highlighting whole foods is because we're getting all of those nutrients we just talked about, all those things that are missing. But we're going to specifically be looking for fiber content in the food. So many Americans are fiber deficient, and there's so many conditions that are going to be associated with low levels of fiber, constipation, all kinds of risk factors long term. So we want to make sure that when you do go to a restaurant, you're actually having the option to choose things that are going to give you a great source of fiber and diversity of fibers, because the diverse fibers are going to give you a diverse microbiome, which is going to strengthen your immune system. So that's going to be one of the number 1 things. We're also going to look for micronutrients. We're going to look for those things that we just talked about. Is there iron in this? Is there magnesium in this? Is there potassium in this? Those things that tend to be low in our diets are going to be the things that we're going to be looking for in those. Now, incidentally, next month we're going to have our anti-aging box. And when we look at anti-aging, what we're actually looking for, things that can slow it down, reverse it, is making sure that your body has adequate amounts of all of these micronutrients so that your body's not prematurely aging due to the fact that you don't have what your body needs to function. So this is why we're putting a huge emphasis on the micronutrients. So fiber, micronutrients, whole foods, and then there's going to be a little section for healthy modifications. So let me give you a great example. A lot of people don't think that our taco or a taco place would be a healthy choice necessarily, but absolutely there are great choices for if you want to go there with your friends and family and you still want to eat healthy, there are some really good options. The best example would be they have this excellent black bean taco. And of course, we just discovered that if you're eating those black beans, you're getting that iron, you're getting that magnesium, you're getting that fiber. And as a bonus, they actually put in there pumpkin seeds. So not only are you getting black beans, but you're also getting pumpkin seeds. So we have this micronutrient treasure explosion in this little taco, plus all these other little bit of cabbage, a little bit of onion, give you the diversity of fibers. So that's actually a really good choice when you're going out and trying to be healthy. Now, a modification, perfect example would be, is they'll give you the option to actually get it in a tortilla or get it without a tortilla. So the tortilla does represent a food that would not be considered a whole food. It's a refined food, it's a processed food. So if you just eat out the beans and the pumpkin seeds without eating the tortilla, that's a modification you can go for, or you can actually ask them to put it in a bowl for you without the tortilla. So we're gonna have those in those menus available for you at these restaurants, but that's just to give you an example of what we're going to be highlighting for you so that you know when you go in whether or not you have quick and easy choices to make the healthiest decisions in the Mansfield area. So that's the Healthy This Way initiative. Over the course of the next few months, we're gonna be announcing that and getting the actual menus in front of you out there in the community so it makes it super easy for you to make those choices. Okay, are there any questions that we have left? Okay, great. Any more questions, guys? Keep those coming into info@strongandhealth. If you do type them in now, we'll do our best to make sure that we pull those up and get them ready for next Tuesday when we go live again for Ask Me Anything. But thanks again. If this information is helpful, if you find it to be intriguing or inspirational or something that you think somebody needs to hear, please share this video, share it with your friends, or talk about it with your friends, and make sure that they know that the micronutrients and the fiber are going to be really important for longevity and health and anybody who's interested in keeping themselves as healthy as long as possible. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday.